I have a block of cheese in my colon, the size of a grapefruit.
Tony, come on. Don't be grumpy.
Bitch. Oh, Jesus.
Sometimes I don't understand you.
I'm so hungover, I just want to crawl into the bushes and die.
Seriously?
No, I hate this. Are we there yet?
No, the chalet is maybe like, I don't know, half hour?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
It's amazing.
Worst episode ever.
I took a walk through this beautiful world. Felt the cool rain on my shoulder. Found something good in this beautiful world. I felt the rain getting colder. Sha-la-la-la-la, 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 sha-la-la-la-la.
The French Alps. Lovely Italians on one side, but the terrifying Swiss on the other. They're close. Too close for me. A man with an erotic childhood fear of Alpine vistas, yodeling, even cheese with holes in it. But my friend Eric requires payback. I have in recent adventures with him been unkind. He grew up in mountains like this. He's an expert skier. This is like home to him. So I thought it was only fair that he get a chance at payback. I am not a graceful skier, but I am an enthusiastic one. And that's what you come here for in winter and early spring. Some of the best slopes on Earth. Also cheese, apparently. Lots of cheese.
Just take your size.
Yes.
Okay. Hainanese, push in the front.
What do you think?
Yeah, they feel good. That feels
Good?
good. Yeah. You learned to ski in what? In the Pyrenees, right?
Yeah.
I learned to ski in New Jersey.
It's the same.
Yes. That's what I always said.
You thought you were going to the moon or what?
Hey, warm feet are important. Nothing is more demoralizing than cold, wet feet. You'll be bitching in those things. Yeah,
No, man.
You'll look cool. This is gonna be like sponges.
You wish me bad luck.
No, I don't. I just think you should have proper footwear, man. Prior preparation prevents piss-poor performance. Ski log, day one. Conditions are not ideal. It's thick powder and zero visibility. Plus, I haven't skied in years, so it hurts bad. But God bless the French, they can't go too long, not even down a mountain, without eating well. I gotta tell you, I'm not impressed with my performance on that hill. I was dying.
Today is challenging. I mean, look, it's about 3 feet of fresh snow. The visibility was okay, barely okay.
A year ago at this time, I was a killing machine. Now I was like, I was seeing stars. I mean,
Oh, it's the altitude. Foie gras poêlé pour deux.
Côte de Veau.
Et côte de veau.
And some extravagantly fantastic red wine.
We blow up the budget.
Kill them.
Kill it? Okay.
Kill them.
Okay, okay, hold on.
Definitely the 66 Latour. How much is it? Is it expensive enough?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they're gonna love you.
We deserve it. Well, it's good.
Right? This is good, huh?
Well worth the expense to someone else.
This is the beginning. We're gonna have a week of good food, good wines, and ski, right?
So what are the spécialités of the region?
So they do the raclette.
Cheese,
You know, like, yeah, cheese.
right?
The fondue.
That's cheese.
tartiflette.
That's cheese.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, that's not bad. I like cheese.
I like stews. They make a lot of stews too.
Yeah. Of what animals?
Mostly beef.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A lot of cows up here?
Yeah.
I like cows. To eat.
Yeah, to eat, of course.
Not much like them personally. Where I learned to ski, we're lucky to get lukewarm chicken fingers and a Bud Light at the lodge. Here, we start with pan-seared foie gras. Wow.
That's fancy, huh?
All right.
I mean, why do you eat that on a ski slope? Seriously.
For the main, a loin of veal gently seared and pan-roasted, joined by a wild mushroom sauce and a pretty little medley of vegetables.
Whoa.
Looking good.
Woohoo. How is it?
It's really good. It's also, I just wanted you to know, this humanely raised veal, free range, died in its sleep.
I disagree with that, but I will eat it.
I'm just trying to make you feel better about the world. I'm all over the cheese course like a one-man army. Tome de chèvre, tome de Savoie au piment, fromage de chèvre frais, et crème de reine. That's from like a cow. Everybody has blood on their hands, Eric, everybody.
I do too.
Right, we all do.
I do too.
The clothes we wear, the air we breathe, everything we do is built on the backs of suffering people and dying animals.
I agree.
We wallow in blood. Ski log, day 2. Yesterday, Chef Repair showed no mercy on the mountain. Today, conditions are more to my liking. A small wager might have been made. Loser might have to eat at Johnny Rockets. Today, it is on. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. The title for your biography, for your biopic, 32 Yolks, The Revenge, or whatever we're calling it, 64 Yolks, or for a few yolks more. No, that'll be the sequel. A fistful of yolks. Okay, that's what we'll call it. We have to change it to one more manly title.
But it's
32 Yolks is okay.
Now it's becoming your book. You're changing, you decide.
Welcome to Hollywood, my friend. Le Crèmerie, a special place at the bottom of the mountain. Croûte with morel and cream. Lots of cream. I didn't expect that. That's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, bread and mushrooms,
Bread.
cheese. There's no meat in this.
No, it's no meat.
I'm like practically like Gandhi at this point.
I'm not drastic. I'm not saying don't eat meat, become a vegan. I'm saying let's eat less meat.
You just think it's better for the planet?
It's good for the planet. It's good for our body. It's good for the animals.
I'll stand outside Le Bourdain. I'll tell all your customers that. You know, this fish thing, you should really... You should eat some vegetables. Bovine flatulence is a major source of carbon dioxide.
Yes. It's the biggest one in the world.
No, not the biggest one in the world.
Yes, it is.
Bovine flatulence?
Yes. Bigger than Char, bigger than anything else.
See, this is why we should eat meat. We're saving the planet. We're going to kill these things. They're ripping a hole in the ozone layer. Listen, it stinks.
You are a lost case.
J'espère que vous avez encore faim parce que la suite.
Ah oui, c'est sérieux?
C'est sérieux.
She said she hopes you're very hungry because what's coming, it's serious.
Farcen. I think that means cannonball of goodness in French because it's a big, heavy, albeit thoroughly delicious loaf of potato, bacon, dried fruit, and cream, slowly steamed in a bain-marie. This meal is a foreshadowing of the kind of light spa food that will become a regular feature of our time in the Alps.
Whoa. We have to finish that.
It's like a volcano. Christ, look at this.
You can put dry apricots or plums as well. So it's a bit sweet and salty. Good.
It's very good.
It's really good.
You put that on man versus food, food wins. Can Eric Ribert eat the entire Farcen in 1 hour? If you could save the world, could you eat that? No, if you can save a puppy, could you eat that?
To save a puppy?
Yeah. The whole thing. You'd eat the whole thing to save a puppy?
Yeah.
Give me a puppy.
Vous êtes passé dans ma rue, chevauchant votre deux roues. En moins d'une seconde, vous avez disparu. Oui, peu ou prou.
Ah, nature. The rustic charms of the farm. Proximity to one's ingredients. The smell of fresh grass, manure, livestock. I love it. No, actually, that's Eric. I didn't mean to be presumptuous, but last night after dinner, I went back to my room and I whipped up a little pâté for us.
Yes, of course.
I thought the croûtes came out pretty well, don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, not bad for a little microwave in my room. Because I know you're a man of expensive tastes. I foraged for truffles this morning. I rented a truffle-seeking pig. I managed to dig this guy up.
It's pretty
You
nice.
want to do the honors?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that knife work. You should be a chef. A nice cheese selection from this very farm.
Yes, I
A
guess.
process that we will be helping along today.
I'm excited about that. It's an experience. I mean, everything is an experience today.
So is a colonoscopy, but... So you ever milked a cow before?
I love going to the farm when I was a kid.
Yeah.
They had 20 cows.
In the farming community in which you grew up, did kids at school ever brag about sort of, I don't know how you describe this for a family audience, but inappropriate contact with
No.
farm animals? Really? Never?
No.
So if I made like a grass smoothie and poured it on your crotch, I think it would be pretty funny. If no one was watching.
Yeah, no one is watching. This scene is gone. This scene doesn't exist.
Don't do that while I'm milking you, man.
She's like...
Now, the milking thing, I have some concerns. I'm afraid.
Are you?
I'm a little afraid. I think they sense that my Jersey roots as opposed to, your country ass, They know you, they recognize you as one of theirs.
Ben alors, Didine, hein? You don't like Tony, huh? Don't let him do it. Kick him in the balls. I give you $1,000 cash if you can get some milk out of this cow.
You'll give me $1,000. Okay, now we're talking, my friend. Show me how it's done, farm boy.
Oh, he's gonna show us.
Okay. Okay, I can do that.
You see how he does?
I think so. Okay?
Okay?
You first.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. We should be playing like some 70s music, Okay, save some for me. Come on, man. That's my $1,000 going in that pail.
Okay, your turn.
All right, watch how it's done. Yeah, cheese up top.
Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, it's soft. Hey, what's that called? It's called $1,000, my friend. Oh, that's strangely satisfying. So that's my grand. I feel like a champion,
You don't want to do a goat, huh?
so to speak.
I mean, yes.
I think we learned something here today.
Yeah, do it quickly.
Cheese. Don't get me wrong, I love cheese. I adore it. But it's day 3 of non-stop cheese, and we haven't even scratched the surface of the many wondrous specialties of the region. Hôtel de Bouet has been around for many years. One comes here for the cheese. In this case, the iconic raclette and the equally iconic fondue.
Alors, can I have a drink with you?
Please. Marianne Chanel and her siblings are the 3rd generation of her family to run this place. So this is a family business?
Yes.
For how many years?
Soon 130 years.
130 years. So in the family the whole time?
Yes, it's my great-granddad.
Great-grandfather.
So you're gonna have to help us.
I explain.
Finally, raclette. I've been waiting for this.
I know.
Would you like a direct on your potatoes?
Please. Oh, it bubbles.
Yeah.
Alors, I cut with this part.
Oh, man, yeah, that's... Whoa.
Vous voulez essayer de la couper?
Yeah, man, go for it.
You want to try?
No, go for it, big boy. All right,
Il faut
here
que
we
tu
go.
recules ça, ici, comme ça. Je te laisse faire, hein, je le laisse faire.
Okay.
Ah, il faut y aller vraiment, 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 vraiment. I think, no.
Is there a future for him in the restaurant business? I'm not so sure. Normal humans do not usually follow multiple wads of oozing cheese melted over potatoes with a molten pot of more cheese. So, you excited? Finally, your fondue?
Yeah.
But we are no ordinary men. We are titans. We are centurions of dairy products.
C'est de la fondue.
Let's do the fondue.
Do some 8 slowly.
Figure 8.
8 on the bottom. You touch the bottom. Maintenant, tu turn like this. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, man, that's good.
It's what I said. When you do that to the end of the fondue,
Right.
the fondue is perfect.
You know, you should know, he bet me $1,000 today that I could not milk a cow.
And you do?
I did.
Yeah.
Victory. Look, I know what to do with a cow.
I know what you do. You're gonna.
You put it in your fridge.
Exactly. Right.
L'œuf, le sucre, le schnapps et un pichet de blanc.
How can you do it?
Can I do what?
I mean, to be surrounded by this much great cheese,
Well, we ate about a pound of cheese each.
you're going to have a big cannonball of crap lodged up your butt like a baby head. The size of a freaking baby head. You will understand the agony of delivery.
We are not leaving this table.
Well, we are, because there's a bunch of drunk, horny mountaineers coming in later.
Oh, we're gonna party with them happily.
No, because I believe there might be yodeling involved. My God.
I'm not worried about it. I'll be fine.
Alors, je viens avec beaucoup de choses là du coup. Hein.
Ouais, mais on y va.
Oh, whoa, watch this. Okay, here goes the egg.
Crumble un peu.
Oh, now we're getting serious.
Du sucre?
Ouais. C'est the Kirche Haute-Savoie.
I try?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's good.
It's different, hein?
Totally.
En pichet.
Holy Christ.
What? It's flat. We haven't started yet.
Why do people do this?
You do that to stay in shape, to enjoy nature.
This is not a sport.
That's a sport, man.
This is a death sentence.
We came from New York. Look at the difference. It's so peaceful.
You gonna go do this in Central Park?
Yeah, you can do that
Snows.
in Central Park. Yeah,
But why would you?
for fun. This is for fun. We're doing that for fun, Tony.
This is fun like chlamydia is fun.
We haven't even started to go up. Okay, now that's the real exercise.
Ah, hell. Every chef needs a mentor. In the life and career of Eric Ripert, it was Maurice Gouillet who filled that role, who took a young, fresh-faced cook from the mean streets of Antibes and turned him into the hardened professional he is today.
Et on voudrait du filet, on va faire des steaks au poivre.
C'est bon aussi, hein?
Il y a de la tome de chèvre qui a l'air pas mal, là. Tu as encore un saucisson?
On mange pas ce soir.
Hey, je pense assassiner Tony. Ce soir serait parfait.
Comment veux-tu t'y prendre?
On pourrait l'empoisonner.
Nous devrons faire attention de ne rien manger.
Peut-être que tu as raison. Ce serait plus facile de lui trancher la gorge.
Mais que fait-on du sang?
On installe des sacs en plastique avant de l'égorger. Ou on le jette de la falaise.
Ah, super idée.
Merci.
Breakfast.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Il nous faut du champagne,
Un
du vin
Bourgogne.
blanc- un Bourgogne blanc.
On a besoin de cognac, une petite bouteille. Cela fera l'affaire. Cela complétera parfaitement l'assassinat d'un animateur d'émission télé. Donc nous avons notre cognac, champagne et le garrot.
Ouais, ça va.
À la santé de Satan.
Qu'il règne pour l'éternité.
They said they'd cook lunch, which sounded like a sweet deal considering what's on the menu. Start with heaping spoons full of the finest Osetra caviar. So, when you work for Maurice, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good are
-2.
-2? And you only ended up in the kitchen because you were such a shit waiter, right?
Yeah. No, but I wanted to be in the kitchen. After graduation, I was in Paris with my suitcase. I was 17 years old. And then I see that guy.
Maybe some asparagus, upon which one nestles a poached egg, a freshly frothed sabayon, and an obscenely generous pile of black truffle shavings.
I like a lot of sabayon.
Egg on egg, man, nothing beats it. It's ridiculous. I don't know why people mistake me for you. Because they see us on TV together, we both have the white hair, and people can say, oh, I love your restaurant, it's so good, La Bernardine. La Bernardine, I love your restaurant, it's great, the fish, it's wonderful. You know what I always say? No, I always say, you know, can you believe all our fish is frozen?
No, he does. He's not joking.
Steak au poivre with some fresh morel and new potatoes. So what was 32 yolks again? What was that's a recipe?
For the Hollandaise, for his Hollandaise.
32 yolks.
Yeah, to make the Hollandaise for him.
No, it's an excellent book.
Thank you, Tony.
My favorite part is when you're in prison in the south of France. They force him to bite the heads off live chickens for the amusement of the other convicts.
We did,
that was a good scene. Or was that Midnight Express?
It was Midnight Express.
How many years did you guys work together?
Actually, a long time. From day one of my career to when I left to America.
Very long time.
Why did you go to America and leave your ancestral homeland?
Robuchon sent me to America. I wanted to go to Brazil. And then he looked at me and he smiled and he said, I can send you to Brazil. You're not going to cook anything there.
Right.
Actually, Robuchon helped me to come to America. He found me the job.
Yeah, what would you have been if you'd failed as a aspiring chef? What was your fallback position?
I wanted to be a forest ranger.
Forest ranger?
Yeah.
Why? You like nature or something?
Yeah.
What was it, the uniform? You like the uniform?
No,
the shorts, they get shorts and a little hat like Smokey the Bear. But you're not an outdoorsman at all. You don't fish?
No, because I don't want to catch fish.
We'll leave that where it is.
Yeah.
You probably killed more fish over the telephone than...
A good fisherman.
They are dead already.
No, they killed them for you.
Don't say that.
Ah non, ça va.
You're like Scarface. You...
Don't say that or I give you a lot of salad.
These mountains are majestic and beautiful. You can walk them, take pictures of them, you can ski down them. They can also kill you. So when shit gets bad and you find yourself a tangle of busted bones and torn flesh, having slid off a lonely high-altitude piste, it's people like Laurent Langoisseur of La Compagnie du Mont Blanc who come and save you. Sonia Popoff works for Peloton de Gendarmerie de Haute Montagne. She's who you call when things are really bad. This was Eric's life dream as a young man, to be a park ranger in the Alps or in the mountains. This is what he wanted to do as a young man.
I wanted to be you.
Let's face it, your career as a chef is coming to an end. You just turned 52. Is it too late for him to start? Oh, that's not a good sign.
I don't know how to say it.
It's a... Sorry, Pops.
I am in better shape than you to do it. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be mean.
Yes, I'm not doing it. So what's the most common injury?
So a lot of knee and shoulders, dislocated shoulders.
Head injuries?
Concussion?
Concussion?
Yes.
I mean, I notice, you know, there's a bar here. I mean, how stupid do people get on a mountain?
You would be very surprised. We see people not trained, not well equipped, following like ski tracks that get them to crevasses, glaciers, crags.
Right. So if he drinks 2 bottles of Genepi and he goes off-piste and falls into a crevasse, dislocates his shoulder, breaks his knee, and
Why me?
And has a concussion. It's a hypothetical question.
Okay.
So, okay, hypothermia is setting in. Your ACL and your meniscus are both completely shredded. Oh. And you're all messed up from a concussion. What is the thing I should do? Should I ski to the bottom and talk to someone? I call my cell phone? First, I call the production company and tell them we need somebody else for the rest of the show.
He's such a nice guy.
To answer the question, there is something today we use more and more on the people's cell phones.
Oh, find my phone.
Oh, I don't know.
Find my corpse.
Phone. Just ask the people, okay, go back to your phone.
Yeah.
And there's a GPS inside it, and it tells us exactly where to find you.
Avalanches happen here, frequently. Laurent and his rescue squads are here to prevent them before they occur, if possible, and if not, to find you and dig you out. Allow us to demonstrate. We bury our local contact bullet under the snow. Search dogs, hopefully, will find him before he becomes a corpsicle, and our production insurance becomes unsustainably expensive. So how common are avalanche? Where are they most likely to happen?
Anywhere but the ski resorts. Most of the avalanches that kills people is not into a ski resort, it's outside the boundaries.
Well, now, here's a question.
Oh, great.
So Eric comes back after he's recovered from his injuries, and he decides to go mountain climbing. And he gets drunk again.
If something happened to me, you're gonna remember, I tell you that.
And he climbs the mountain, and he gets buried in the avalanche, and he's buried in the snow. What happens then? Or do you just say,
Find my
see you in the summer?
Find my phone again.
No.
Well, first you have to find the location, the whole location, and then we have a transceiver locator, like this one, which is an example.
Like that.
Yes.
And when you are caught in an avalanche,
They look
the
for it.
rescue team, ski patrol, will come with the same one, and then they can find the signal. And then they start digging.
How long can you live under this
Can't
snow
system,
if
can't
it's not?
You have 3 minutes.
3 minutes
3
for...
minutes if you can breathe.
Right.
But sometimes you have a little place for
A
breathing.
little room?
Yes, and you can survive half an hour, 1 hour.
So I shouldn't give up too soon.
Yes.
Allez, je me rapproche de la zone. Et Nounouk, on va chercher le monsieur. On va chercher le monsieur. Allez, en avant, cherche. Et donc le chien est déjà fixé sur la victime. Avance pas trop pour éviter de perturber le toutou. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a là, Nounouk? Il y a quelque chose? Hein? Qu'est-ce que t'as trouvé, mamie? Il y a un monsieur? Hein? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a là? Ouh là là, qu'est-ce qu'il a trouvé, Nounouk? Allez, on gratte, on gratte, on gratte. Allez, gamin, on gratte. Allez, loulou, allez, allez, allez. Il faut gratter, loulou. Allez, 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 gratte, gratte, gratte. Allez, mon loulou. Oui, ça c'est beau, loulou, ça. Beau titoune, ça, ouais. Ça c'est beau, mon gamin. Ça va?
Tu peux peut-être sortir? Attends, bouge pas, attends.
Beau travail, il a trouvé le monsieur. Il a trouvé le monsieur. La rapidité d'intervention. On a en gros 20 minutes pour intervenir. Au-delà des 20 minutes, les chances de survie de la victime décroissent énormément. Bon, la victime est indemne, donc ça va, on peut la sortir comme ça. S'il y avait une traumatologie un peu plus importante, il aurait fallu la médicaliser un peu plus correctement. Oh, ça c'est beau, ça, oui. Oh, que ça c'est beau, Titi, ça. Oh, il a trouvé le monsieur.
So why did you choose such a dangerous and difficult area of medicine? I mean, you could have a nice practice in Paris, people have headaches.
It's difficult to explain. Yes, I know it's very dangerous, but I think I have to continue, I have to stop, I continue.
I'm not sure why I do it, but I know it makes me alive, so it's good.
But you like it?
I do like it.
Yeah, right?
You don't think about that. You don't know why, but you do that.
It's called compassion.
La France. I love it, and God knows I love the cheese here. But a brief respite is needed from the torrent of dairy products. Perhaps I thought a short hop across the border to Italy would be a good idea. I want pasta. Maison Rosé has a long and storied history here in the Aosta Valley. Our host, Jean-Marie Christie, grew up in the region. I love it here. I'm so happy to be in Italy. I feel a little treacherous to deny my own roots because I have zero Italian heritage, as far as I know, zero. But I just love this lifestyle, this food. It's just great.
Well, cheers.
All right.
Cheers, guys.
To Italy.
Santé.
After you.
I will definitely have some of that.
This is even some honey and lardon.
Oh, interesting.
And this is a gift from me. This is a chamois that I have hunted this year. And I have done dried meat with the leg of the chamois.
Okay, more cheese. But it's a delicious order of gnocchi with beetroot fondue. This is great. We're doing fondue again? We should have a camera in your colon. Ravioli with tomato sauce.
I know you were excited about it, right?
Okay.
So you like pasta?
Oh, I love it.
He has been whining for a week.
A creamy polenta with braised beef.
Okay. And this is
that's exciting.
carbonara, one of the best you can find in Aosta Valley.
Which meat is this one?
Beef.
Beef.
Yeah.
You remember our friend, the cow?
Yes, yesterday. She was cute. Did you see the connection in between her and I yesterday? Like she was...
Yeah, she had her nose right in your crotch. So what is this game we're going to play today?
Oh, it's called Fiole.
Fiore?
Fiole.
This game is difficult to describe. I gather the idea is you try to hit that tiny polished stone with that stick as far as you can. I do not think I can do that. Oh, man. I can't do that. He wants to hit it as far as he can.
Exactly. It's really simple.
This looks hard.
You have to lick the stone. Did you see? They lick the stone so it sticks to the big stone. Ooh, this one is good.
Yeah. I'll tell you this, it's better than golf.
So you don't love golf?
I hate golf.
I want to try.
Okay.
I want to try one time. Yeah, I want to do it one time.
So I bet you $1,000.
$1,000.
$1,000 you can't get it across the one.
I'm fine. I have nothing to lose.
Well, yeah, $1,000.
No.
Now you're out, man.
No, 3 times.
Oh, jeez. No, it's like watching a monkey try to like work a typewriter. Look, I don't know even why you'd even.
Silent, please.
Congratulations. No, no, man. No, it was a miracle and I.
Congratulations.
I think that's called a foul ball.
You have to think positive. How lucky you are to be in the Alps on a beautiful day.
I'm lucky to not actively be throwing up on myself right now.
You know, you have to enjoy little things in life, right?
I do.
I mean, this is a special moment.
I do. I will enjoy the minute I don't have to do this anymore.
Oh, come on, man.
So here's the plot.
Yeah, tell me.
Okay, it's 64 Yolks, The Revenge.
64.
It's about a chef named Eric Ripper who runs a 3-star Michelin in New York, played by Bruce Willis. But what?
Oh, I'm playing. Okay, I like
so
that. Bruce
Willis, playing you, goes out into the dining room, visiting the table. Overhears a conversation.
And then?
Car chases, violence, big fight in the kitchen at Le Bernardin. We could shoot it there. I'm sure it won't interrupt service.
Holy cow. Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, nothing is more beautiful than that. Come in my selfie. Oh, it's a video. Hold on.
Look at him.
Yeah, you should do something like that.
Oh, no, I don't like this.
Wow, I love it.
Oh, no. Oh, jeez. No one's ever gone through?
Whoa!
I'm telling you, I'd feel a lot more comfortable if you hadn't had 2 portions of eggs.
This is amazing.
When you kill people in the film, you always have like some little catchphrase to do with food. Like, bang, chef, please, or how'd you like your dessert? You gotta start practicing. You gotta take your sunglasses off like David Caruso. You gotta go, dinner is served.
I go like that?
Yeah, gotta put it over, take them off, take them off.
Okay.
Dinner
I look at the
is
camera?
served.
Yeah.
No, you gotta look, say, pretend I'm bleeding out on the ground.
Okay,
You just kill me.
fine.
So you have to put them off and then on.
Yeah.
Dinner is served.
Dinner is served.
No, you gotta put the sunglasses on. It's called acting. Ask David Caruso.
Okay.
Jesus.
In a world where the price of dinner could be your life, one man, one chef stands alone.
Ben, pick up.
He just wanted to cook. But they wouldn't let him. Eric Repair is back in his own hill-raising, bone-crushing, ass-kicking true story.
Dinner is served.
32 yolks to slaughter. Not coming soon to a theater near you.
Spotless, efficient, safe, protected, controlled. A utopian city-state run like a multinational company. Welcome to Singapore Incorporated.
I took a walk through this beautiful world. Felt the cool rain on my shoulder. Found something good in this beautiful world. I felt the rain getting colder. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la.
Singapore. One could be forgiven for thinking it's a giant, ultra-modern shopping mall. An interconnected, fully wired, air-conditioned nanny state, where everything is beautiful and nothing hurts. And those things are kind of true, especially if you read the papers or the carefully monitored internet. You look around the litterless streets where everything seems to work just fine, and you think, or you could be forgiven for thinking, gee, maybe a one-party system is just what we need. You look at all the social problems and ethnic strife, street crime, drugs that Singapore has managed to avoid, and you could think, is this the life we want? It ain't my system, it's not the world I want, but damn, it has its appeal.
Hi, this is Singapore. You like it?
Jam-packed in between the carefully feng shuied architecture, the skyscrapers and office blocks are rich, deep, very old, and deliciously funky remnants of the old world. Chinese, Indian, Malay, and a culture that still cherishes the joys of a simple good thing.
A lot of national foods you can get in Singapore.
What's your favorite?
My favorite is, in Malay, I think you don't know, we call it mee goreng.
That's your favorite Malay dish. What's your favorite Chinese dish?
Chinese Hokkien mee.
Hokkien mee?
Hokkien mee. Sometimes chicken rice.
Chicken, of course.
Yes.
And how about favorite Indian dish?
Definitely nasi biryani. You know that?
The biryani?
Yeah, biryani rice. You got it.
Sungai Road, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's the best lock size on Sungai Road. It's funny, I recognize every place here by food.
Tony, how are you?
Looking good.
My brother. So what blows you back to Singapore, man?
You know I come here. I come here to eat.
I live here to eat too.
I come here mostly to eat, because that's what they do here. And they arguably do it better with more diverse, affordable food options per square foot than just about anywhere on Earth. My godfather and mentor for Singaporean street food has always been and remains KF Sito, the guru behind the Makan Sutra food guides and an advocate for the kind of democratic, affordable, casual chaos of the hawker world.
This is the dry one.
Thank you.
Thank you, enjoy.
Thank you. Okay, so wet and dry.
Wet and dry. When the heat gets to you, a bit of broth.
545 Huampo prawn noodles for prawn mee seemed a good place to start.
We are here because Ray Fang, this girl who served us, she's one of the new heroes, the new generation heroes that's out to protect and preserve our food culture. You know, I've been talking about continuity for the longest time.
I mean, I know you want to see traditional recipes and preparations preserved.
I'm here to preserve what's traditional, what's progressive. Progressive heritage food has a space. But if you're too creative with your stuff, you start putting truffle oil and this kind of stuff.
Well, that's wrong, always.
Creativity is not a flavor, Tony.
Most hawker stalls are family-run operations, and Huampo is no exception. What's unusual is that Li Rufong left her white-collar job to work alongside her parents, bucking a trend that has left the hawker centers with an aging workforce, unable to replenish generations of expertise with new blood.
If you look around, Tony, you look at all the hawkers, more than 70%, 80% of them are 50 and above. So the tipping point will come where everybody just give up their stall because their children have gone to university. They've told them, yeah, go be a doctor, lawyer, go be something else other than hawker.
But the Singaporean government wants to build more stalls, more, better, modern.
20 more hawker centers like this.
20 more hawker centers?
Which I said, where the hell are the hawkers coming from?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Where are they going to come from?
There's a lot of insinuations of an answer, but no true answer.
I mean, the answer is not from Singapore, right? They're going to have to come in from China.
For the 15,000 or 20,000 food stalls like this we have in Singapore, if it's public run like this, you can't hire foreigners. It's meant for Singaporeans.
But isn't the beginning of all of this was people from China, India?
That's why I keep saying. Our food came from the rest
Somewhere.
of the world. Yeah, we had nothing. And in that tradition, I say, we must continue.
Up for rent, cooked food stall. No, we should do a pop-up. Get my apron.
Stamford Raffles arrived in Singapore in 1819 with the British East India Company, establishing it first as a trading post for the British Empire. Soon thereafter, Singapore grew, quickly becoming an economic hub and regional capital for the British Empire's new colony on the Malay Peninsula. After World War II, Singapore clamored for independence, first becoming a part of the Malaysian Federation, then a fully independent state in 1965. Helmed by its first Prime Minister, Lee Kuan Yew, tiny Singapore famously went from a third world outpost to a first world nation in a single generation.
In Singapore, rules and regulations in Singapore is very strict. We have to follow them. Like I'm driving taxi, I can't break any law.
So the camera catches.
Yeah, everything is in camera. So it's very important to everyone. We have to follow the rules and regulations. That's the reason Singapore is very good. Same time, Singaporeans are very hardworking persons. As human beings, what we need, food to eat, clothes to wear, place to sleep. You can get it in Singapore. So, in other words, we have to continue work, you see. We work hard, we'll get something. Once lazy, we are out.
By some measure, Singapore is a welfare state, taking care of the less fortunate. But at its heart, it's a cold-blooded meritocracy. You follow the rules, and there are many, work hard, and you'll have a good life. That's the message.
And we are starting to define the definition of success. I think before we are very clear with the 5 C's: car, condominium, a credit card, cash, and career.
Wow, that sounds fucking awful, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I grew up in that idea. I
But
grew up
that's not good.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds kind of depressing.
I know, but that's the past, I think.
The Muslim Quarter, just following afternoon prayers. I'm here with Najib Ali, the Singaporean Malay entertainer and producer.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, looking good.
This is it.
So this is a
lontong,
and this
is mee siam.
Oh.
We're having wonton, rice cake, coconut gravy, vegetables, and a hard-boiled egg. And mee siam, fried rice noodles with chili paste, prawns, bean sprouts, and a spicy sweet and sour gravy, fried bean curd, and an egg.
They're delicious. I mean, we like to make fun of Singapore in the West and call it Disneyland with the death penalty. And we're skeptical, of course, of one-party rule. We're skeptical of constraints on freedom of the press or the things you can't do.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Do you think that young creative Singaporeans feel those constraints and suffer from them?
I think some of them who travel knows better. Most of them are over-educated and underexposed, meaning they are very little experience in what they know. And I think that's what we are lacking. They're looking for things to do. And the problem with this is always that we're living in a small country and we have nowhere to go, and where do we experience this thing? If you're a New Yorker and you don't like the city life, you say, shit, I'm not going to...
You can say shit on the show.
I'm going to take this.
I think we have 2 more on this hour.
I'm going to get out of the city. So you go to Minnesota, you go to Texas, you take time to think about. And even in Malaysia, when you are in Kuala Lumpur and you go to Terengganu, you go to Kelantan, we have nowhere to go.
Not only is Singapore a small city-state, a little more than half the size of LA, but there's also a pressure of a kind from a big brother government who's always watching, however benevolently one might think.
Every day, as an entertainer, as a producer, director, we are reminded what not to do. Don't insult other races, don't insult other religion. There are some parameters that we always need to see. But I think as a creative person, I think we are always trying to work out. And I think that's challenging for us. And again, most of the things that I do on television is funded by the government. So, so what?
You're biting the hand that feeds you.
But our job is basically as an entertainer here just to purely entertain. And we know there are lines that we can't cross. Religion, our ancestors, our parents, things like that. So it's...
You can't make fun of your parents in comedy?
If your own parent is okay.
How about family member?
But I give high marks when they can give you a twist to a story of a mother-in-law.
Right. Oh, mother-in-law is okay.
Your mother-in-law is okay.
Why does a mother-in-law always get
I don't know.
So on the basic level, Singapore works in so many ways. Security, your family, education.
Housing.
Housing. So in a way, you're kind of numbed into thinking that, you know, everything's wonderful. And then you start to wonder after a while, is there another way of life? You know, I think that's the big kind of Singapore dilemma in a way.
So is there angst?
Yeah,
is there
certainly there's angst.
But I think there's no outlet for it. So everybody's, you know, like going online. And everybody likes to be anonymous about it.
Even online, they have paid the price for it. People have been let go of their jobs, and that's the price that we have to pay.
The price may seem pretty high by American standards. No political dissent, no right to assembly, a restricted press, and limited freedom of speech. Sadir Varaket, Melanie Chan, and Tanya Angara, all Singaporeans, all navigating the rules and regs, both spoken and unspoken, that go along with prosperity, security, safety. Lord 29 in Geylang for fried oyster omelets and fried prawns with chili paste. Bak chor mee, fishball noodle soup, and beef satay.
I think one of the issues is that we're kind of a victim of our own success in many ways. We've grown so fast, and I guess expectations among the liberals and progressives have just gone so far ahead, including myself. So sometimes, you know, we need a reality check about what pace society can move at. So I think that's the tension. It's that economic growth has happened so quickly, and sometimes social mores, social customs might take a bit more time.
You know, a place where everything works this well, and a system so seemingly different than the one we are taught to venerate. But that's genuinely confusing. So what's the best thing about Singapore, and what's the worst thing about Singapore?
I think best things are tolerance and efficiency. But you know, if you just look around us right now, right, you know, there's like a mosque over there, there's a Buddhist temple over there, there are like a bunch of brothels over there, prostitutes walking the street legally, they're regulated by the government, and everybody has kind of accepted this quid pro quo situation, and it somehow works.
Okay, you were shaking your head though on something you were saying.
No, I agree, but to be feeling so secure and the security of it all, I think that's priceless, you know? It's like, I'll do what I have to do to be able to afford to live well here. I'll work hard, I'll tolerate, and, you know, and even then, it's not that bad. When it comes to me voicing certain things which maybe the government doesn't agree with, I feel I have outlets that don't have to be public, right?
Okay.
And I'm okay with that.
You talk about feeling safe.
Yeah,
as a
security.
woman. Do you feel respected?
Definitely. I do.
Do you feel that there's parity for women and you are paid and treated as well as men?
Yes.
Yes, I think so.
Yes. You know why? I think that's because of maids.
What are maids?
Maids, as in helpers.
Maids.
Helpers.
I think you'll find, like, actually, if you look at Singapore, a lot of women are in the workforce. And the reason why that is so is because everybody's got a maid looking after their child at home. So maids are kind of like the opiate of the masses. That's what does it.
But an opiate keeps you slothful and laying home on the couch.
Exactly.
But if you have a maid, you're saying it frees you up to join the workforce.
Frees you up, but it also means that my husband now, he doesn't know how to serve himself water.
Yeah.
He goes, water, like that.
Laundry?
Sorry?
Can you do laundry?
No.
Lawn what?
Really?
No.
Does anyone here know how to do laundry?
We know how to
kind
do
of,
it.
in theory.
No,
We haven't
the
done
guys
it.
do because
No.
we did 2 years of military service.
Listen.
But the girls are pampered.
Oh, please!
When's the last time you did laundry? When's the last time you did?
My maid was gone.
4 days ago.
4 days ago?
Really?
Yeah.
What, you sent it to the butler?
No. I enjoy doing laundry.
Yeah.
I live by myself in New York.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, maybe it's a sickness, maybe it's a weird thing. I enjoy throwing my clothes into the washer and then moving them to the dryer. It's a process that makes me feel very satisfied with myself.
Therapeutic.
No. I feel very self-reliant. You know, listening to you people, I got to tell you, I want to like go out and join the Communist Party. It's like bourgeois, man. You're living off the labor of an oppressed underclass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start my own cell. I'm just fucking with you.
For a state where an ounce of weed can put you in the jug for up to 10 years, and the same weight of dope can mean death, where chewing gum is indeed illegal, a surprising number of vices are allowed here. Drinking age is 18. Prostitution is legal, with sex workers getting regular medical checkups. There are casinos and strip clubs. The government seems to understand that, along with a certain amount of repression, safety valves are required. Get drunk, get laid, and you are less likely to be difficult. Perhaps that's the thinking. Or maybe it's just business. To many, Singapore is the land of opportunity. People from all over the world come here to get a good job, to find a better life.
As an overseas Chinese, we have been discriminated in Laos, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, in America, Australia, all over the world. Suddenly you got this guy called Lee Kuan Yew. There's nowhere else in the Chinese world have a real leader as big as Lee Kuan Yew.
Much of Singapore's success is often credited to its first prime minister, Lee Kuan Yew, a Singaporean of Chinese descent, considered the founding father of modern Singapore. Reigning pretty much unopposed for 30 years, he's responsible for much of the social engineering that holds Singapore together, as well as the favorable economic policies that have allowed it to thrive. Michael Ma arrived in Singapore to take advantage of its business climate, becoming an early pioneer of Singapore's now famous nightlife.
Back then, in the very beginning, was it a favorable business climate in the sense that, did they look upon your early efforts generously or kindly, or were they, I'm not so sure about this guy. I mean, how was it? It was a favorable from the beginning.
No, Singapore is fantastic.
And what time did bars close?
2 o'clock. That's where the opportunity I saw. You know, you cannot run this economy hopping on one leg. Like, you got the right law, the right safety, everything's right. But the social part was not right.
Right.
2 o'clock, you're managing a teenager. 2 o'clock, guys, go to bed.
And so when did it change and what and why?
I started my bars and restaurant in 99, yeah?
Yeah.
And the Prime Minister of Singapore at that time went, what is Singapore doing? 2005, 10. 20, 30, 50. This is before all this.
Right.
I suggest partying all night type of thing.
Welcome, Singapore. Come enjoy with us.
I'm not very smart, so the only way they got me through university is just to throw a lot of parties. You know, I was good at throwing parties, but now I get paid to do it, which is even better.
One-fifth of the world's shipping containers move through the port of Singapore. It is the busiest transshipment point on the planet. Singapore has fully embraced globalization. And that's proved, in their case, very rewarding.
Singapore is an outsized economic importance, primarily because it's so attractive to foreign entrepreneurs, primarily in the form of multinational corporations. So right from the start, the economic strategy was always to attract foreign capital.
Donald Low is an economist who spent over 10 years researching and writing about Singapore's unique financial policies.
You know, this place is almost contrary to the founders' original expectations. This place works. I mean, this multi-ethnic, meritocratic ideal, this pragmatic streak, this understanding that free trade is good for everyone. This place is, after 50 years, it's deeply imprinted in Singaporeans. It's remarkable how open and welcoming of diversity Singapore still is.
We are now living in times where globalism and globalization are bad words.
Yeah, I know.
You're seeing a rise of
populism,
of nationalism.
Which is why, you know, I'm worried about and concerned about Singapore's future. This is a place that has been a main beneficiary of globalization. And as the world turns against globalization, as the world becomes more inward-looking, as countries in Europe and the US becomes more concerned about protecting their own borders, literally in the case of the US, there is a high probability that Singapore will not thrive in such a world.
A lot of social engineering has been superimposed to hold that together, and I think what a lot of Westerners who come to Singapore come here skeptical are often reluctantly pulled into the inescapable conclusion that it seems to work.
It seems to work. But of course, the post-independent Singapore government has been often accused of being extremely keen and extremely competent at social engineering. Of course, the most powerful instrument of social engineering is public housing. Where we force Singaporeans, the large majority of Singaporeans, more than 80% of them, to live in these more or less uniform housing estates. But that form of social engineering also has certain benefits.
Unlike most of the wealthy developed world, there's universal health care and little to no homelessness in Singapore. The country's public housing policy provides an astonishing 80% of Singapore's 5.6 million people with affordable homes, with 90% of the population owning their own home.
Singaporeans would be hard-pressed to name a neighborhood that they would describe as a slum. They'll be hard-pressed to name a neighborhood where they'll say, oh, the people here live in relatively deprived conditions with poor schooling and poor amenities. I mean, most of Singapore feels, I mean, even though economic inequality is high, income inequality is high, you don't see it in the public housing estates. Right. I mean, it's a picture of general equality.
By ensuring its citizens are safe, housed, healthy, and for the most part economically successful, the Singaporean government has been effective at keeping the masses placated enough, willing to accept curbs on their freedoms and civil liberties.
Do you think that the Singaporean success story is a rebuke to American Western values in some respect?
No.
I mean, is free speech overrated?
I don't think we succeeded because of the absence of free speech. And to a large extent, the values we spoke about, free trade, the values of free trade, the values of a liberal global order, these are Western ideas, right? I mean, Singapore did not invent them. The Asia did not invent them.
It shouldn't work.
Harmonious society.
It hasn't really worked like this anywhere else, and yet it works.
No, I think, but my objection or my discomfort with the lack of democratic freedoms is that I think we can allow a lot more of that without hurting Singapore's prosperity and stability 1 ounce.
Right.
What would we lose if we had a freer press? What would we lose if we had more democratic or opposition representation? We'll make for not just a more livelier debate, we'll make for a better debate. We may well arrive at the conclusion that the current dispensation, the current order, represents the best possible society for Singapore. But let's have that debate.
I mean, it's a horrifying thought. What if,
It's
what if-
possible. It's possible that the human mind, that the average citizen cannot deal with that much diversity, that we need these curbs and restrictions on our freedoms. Is that
what
not
if free speech is like is bad?
It's like a drug, right?
Of the many ethnicities coexisting in Singapore, one of the oldest is the Peranakan culture. Straits-born Chinese who immigrated to the Malay Peninsula in the 16th century.
We have a heritage that exists in Singapore that comprises 5 different ethnic groups. So you have your Chinese, you have your Malay, you have your Indian, you have your Eurasians, and your Peranakan. And this makes the cuisine here very, very special. Cheers, Tony.
Cheers.
Chef Damien De Silva has made it his mission to preserve and protect the knowledge, techniques, and flavors of Singaporean heritage foods. Guan Ho Soon is the oldest Peranakan restaurant in Singapore, predating independence.
So this is a dish that you probably find in Malay home. It's sour, it's sweet because of the pineapple, right? And it's savory as well.
Ikan asam nana, sour fish curry with pineapple.
So really, we're talking about a sort of, I hate the word fusion, but it's natural fusion.
It's indigenous fusion. It's a fusion that started 500 years ago. So now it's evolved so much, Tony, that it's become a heritage on its own, a cuisine on its own, you know? There's nothing, I think, that is like this anywhere in the world. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, that's duck. Yeah, that's duck.
Braised duck, is what
Yeah.
Itak sio, duck braised with tamarind and coriander. And the famous ladyfingers, or sambar bandir, okra sautéed with sambal.
Who's cooking now? Has that changed?
It has changed. You know, everybody wants to go up the ladder very, very quickly, and they want to do it in a way where they don't want to put too much effort in it, right? Where is the prestige in a Peranakan restaurant? You work in the kitchen 12, 14, 15 hours a day, you know, and most of them don't want to do that. So what happens is that they want to work in a French restaurant, they want to work in an Italian restaurant. Why? Because they get more money.
Okay.
Okay?
I think it's a tactical mistake because I just flew halfway around the world to Singapore. And I sure as shit am not eating French food when I'm here.
No, you're right.
And you know what?
You should.
I'm not going to eat Japanese
No,
food.
you shouldn't. So you talk about Peranakan cuisine, right? And are there people that cook it today? I can tell you out of 100 Peranakans, maybe 1.
Whoa.
Maybe 1.
So you're saying that basically you're talking about the dinosaurs.
Yeah. This no longer exists on me. It's gone.
One of the things I admire about Singaporean food culture is that people are very passionate about food. They value a fancy French or Italian meal as much as they enjoy a really good chicken rice.
Right.
They're just not willing to pay for it.
Exactly. You know, that's the public that we have to educate. And it doesn't make sense, Tony, because we're a first world country. You know, how can food be so cheap? How long more is this gonna last? That we pay $3 for chicken rice? It's insane.
I have the solution. It's an ugly solution. It's a terrible solution, but it will probably be the only salvation. It's the hipster solution. It's hipsters will save the day.
No, you're right.
It takes people to stand up and say, look, I don't care whether his is $4. Mine is $12, motherfucker. It's $12, and it's worth it.
But to go and work in a restaurant, 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, that needs someone who's not passionate, but a little bit mad.
Yeah, you're telling me.
A little bit mad.
Cheers to that.
Okay, we'll just let you know what we are doing. This one of dish, right, is my dad's recipe, Hakka recipe. So it's pig trotters with black vinegar. Yes. And this is my mom's recipe, Hainan mixed vegetable.
Meet the Lius, Choi, Ko Liang, daughter Geraldine, and sons Paul and Wayne. The family behind long-running, much-loved eating house, Keng Eng Ki Seafood, in the Alexandria Village neighborhood.
And your parents met in the restaurant business.
Yes. We only knew about this story when we get older and the media start to interview them. Say, oh, that's how they know each other. We are typical Chinese. They never talk about how they met. Yeah.
In the beginning, when they're working at your mother's parents' restaurant, and then in the beginning of their eating house, how many hours a day did they work? And how many days a week? How many days vacation?
2个礼拜就是一天哦。
2个礼拜时间，那一天做几个小时？
一天差不多12小时吧。
大概12小时。
12小时。
12 hours per day, and then he gets 1 day off every 2 weeks.
That's hard.
The sauce must work with the rice will be perfect.
Thank you. Oh, it's fantastic. Wow, that's good.
Choi has been making this dish for decades. Pig's feet cooked slowly in black vinegar, ginger, dried chilies, and assam. Chap chai is a Hainanese family favorite. Cabbage and glass noodles stir-fried with bean curd, black mushrooms, pig skin, and shrimp.
Now, I've been speaking to a lot of people who talk about how Singapore loves its hawker culture, it loves its food, but the general story is the first generation starts a hawker stall, they get successful, they send the kids to school, and they tell them, I did not work hard, so you could go into restaurant business.
My dad and mom say the same thing, like, don't come into business.
Get a 9 to 5 job. Stay in the air conditioning room.
Many of the people I speak to are very sad that these original recipes and preparations are disappearing. You know, other than this wonderful family, who do your parents think will keep these traditions alive?
My mom was saying, like, now that the government encourage a lot of young people to preserve our traditions and all, so I think she believe and hope that 10 years down the road, maybe more people like us or younger generation will go and take over the business.
Right now, Win's eldest daughter is 14. Yeah, we are making sure she help out in the shop on weekends. So to let her understand, it's not easy to earn like.
But would you like your child to stay in the restaurant business?
Yeah, so if they're really interested in this industry, why not? I will just, yeah.
You say yeah?
Yeah, yes.
This is so good, by the way. It's delicious food. Mm. Now, Singapore is a rich country. A lot of rich people live here. Why can't you charge as much money for this traditional food as the French charge for French food? What do you think? Why won't Singaporeans pay?
Actually, just a couple of months ago, we go through some of our old photos. And there's one photo that is like almost 20 years ago. There's a price list. They're selling their fried rice at $3 a pack. Right now, we are selling $4. So
20 years later.
$1 more.
Why?
I think it's
Singaporeans love food.
I think there's like a bond between us and the customer, so he doesn't want to increase the price.
You know your
There is-
customers.
yeah.
You have a lot of regulars.
Yeah. Yes. A lot of them is like, they've seen us growing up, the three of us, and we see their kids growing up.
Yeah.
So I think there's a different kind of bond between us and the customers.
I just hope this doesn't disappear because it's, of course, always going to be the good stuff. It's important. A little more, maybe a little more.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namaha Om Dhanvantraye Namaha Om Murdagala Sagasthaya Namaha.
As Singapore is a multinational society. We got Chinese, Malay, Indian, other races in Singapore.
It seems to work.
It works, yes.
One last trip straight back to where it all started for me. A simple, good thing. In this case, one of my favorite things.
Here it is, the mighty Char Kway Teow. Ordinarily, this is a breakfast. I eat it every time I'm in Singapore. It's just about the unhealthiest breakfast you can have. I mean, it's literally like lard, crispy lard bits, healthy cockles, shrimp paste, and a whole lot of noodles. And it's like legendarily fattening, originally created for to feed laborers. So, it ain't pretty. Not the healthiest of breakfast, but delicious. Mm. You're looking to fit into that silver lame Speedo, this would not be option one. Oh, man. Problem is, you eat this surrounded by all these sort of wonders of Asia in the food court here, and after this, you're kind of done. I don't know how anybody works after this, frankly. Once in a while, you hit a little piece of crispy pork fat. Well, my work is done here today. Why?
In Singapore,
yeah,
everything is perfect here. This is one of the safest countries in the world. We are gifted to be in Singapore. It shows a good example to the world.